On this week's Rambler Sports Locker, Loyola unveils a new Hall of Fame and inducts its newest member. Men's volleyball is underway and the team is testing itself early. And the women's basketball team's struggles continue into the spring.
Also, RSL reporter Haley Spittler takes a deeper look into a Loyola icon. And Henry Vedman fills in for Dylan as host of this week's Ramble.
Hey guys, on this week's Ramble we'll be discussing Jimmy Butler and his future with the Chicago Bulls. All this and more on the Rambler Sports Locker.
Welcome to another edition of Rambler Sports Locker. I'm Zaina Cahook.
And I'm Dylan Conover. We're excited to have you back for the spring semester premiere of Rambler Sports Locker. While you were enjoying winter break, the Loyola Athletic Department was busy preparing a brand new Hall of Fame hallway, and the men's basketball team continues to exceed expectations. The main attraction at the men's basketball game on Saturday was Sister Jean's Hall of Fame induction and the brand new Hall of Fame hallway. But the men's basketball team kept their focus on getting a win against the University of Evansville. The Ramblers went into the game 9-1 at home this season, and here Dante Ingram starts us off with a little dish to Clayton Custer for the short jumper. Evansville, however, was trying to stop a 5-game losing streak. Dwayne Johnson rolls in the layup and had a team-high 21 points on the night. Here Milton Doyle gets the steal on Javion Eves and gets on the fast break, dumping it off to Dante Ingram for the quick score. Doyle had a solid game. Here he hits a three-pointer. He'd finished the game with 14 points and 3 assists. Evansville wouldn't go down easily, though. Ryan Taylor hits a 3 to keep the Purple Aces in it. But Bruno Skokna was the big surprise of the night. Here he drives to the rim. He finished with 13 points, a perfect 6 for 6 from the free-throw line, and the Ramblers defeated the Purple Aces 67-61. This was Loyola's first home win against Evansville since joining the Valley in 2013. Loyola improved to 14-7 on the season, while Evansville fell to 10-11. Loyola Athletics unveiled a brand new Hall of Fame the same day, inducting a very special member of the Loyola community.
RSL reporter Haley Spittler joins us with her breakdown of one of Loyola's biggest icons.
Thanks, Zaina and Dylan. That's right, Loyola Athletics opened the brand new display for their Hall of Fame on January 21st. The Norville Hallway is home to the new Hall of Fame located just outside Gentile Arena and is not only home to the display of previous Hall of Fame inductees, but also to new displays dedicated to important milestones in the men's basketball and volleyball program history. One display contains both images and memorabilia from the 1962-63 basketball team who won the NCAA Men's Division I basketball tournament in 1963. They were the first and only team so far to achieve this accolade in Loyola program history. The 2014 and 2015 men's volleyball team is also honored with a display that hosts memorabilia and images of when the Ramblers won the NCAA volleyball championship in back-to-back seasons. But the highlight of the night on Saturday was the induction of the newest Hall of Fame member, none other than longtime men's basketball team chaplain, Sister Jean. The induction ceremony took place during halftime at the men's basketball game against the Evansville Purple Aces. Sister Jean was presented with her plaque to an uproar of applause and cheers from the fairly full arena. It is evident that Sister Jean is loved by almost everyone she meets. Now, what makes Sister Jean a Loyola icon? Here's a look at her illustrious career. Sister Jean began teaching at Mundelein College in 1961 and continued her journey with Loyola when the school acquired Mundelein in 1991. Since 1994, she has also served as the men's basketball team chaplain, offering spiritual guidance to the team, a prayer, and also giving advice on which members of the opposing team they might need to look out for. It's important to note that she makes connections both on and off the court. One does not have to be a student athlete to know and appreciate how special Sister Jean is to Loyola and to Loyola Athletics. For her dedication and commitment to the university, athletics, the Jesuit community, and Loyola students, Sister Jean has always been a Loyola icon, and now she cements her place in Loyola Athletics history as a Hall of Fame member. Sister Jean says that she is appreciative of this moment.
And I know I'm enjoying this day. I appreciate the people who have come. I appreciate being in the Hall of Fame with all those wonderful athletes who have brought such honor to Loyola and have influenced so many people.
Thanks, Haley. The men's basketball team tried to keep the momentum going on Wednesday night's game against Bradley University. The Ramblers took care of business, taking down the Braves 70-50, improving to 15 wins on the season, the most at this point in over 30 years. Junior guard Dante Ingram had 26 points and said the key was to just keep shooting.
I mean, just as always, I just want to come out, pick my spots, be aggressive when I can, and my teammates, they do a good job, finding me and believing in me to make that shot. So I do the best I can to, be aggressive and, take those shots when I can.
The women's basketball team started the season cold, and there wasn't a lot of change over the break. The team has now lost all but 2 games this season. Despite only 1 conference win and 2 wins total through 16 games, first-year head coach Kay Archer says she is not disappointed in her team. Archer says the team isn't defined by the disproportionate win-loss ratio, but rather the effort that Ramblers are putting toward the team's ability to compete. Ramblers had the 17th strongest non-conference schedule in the nation, and the 2nd most difficult non-conference schedule in Missouri Valley Conference behind Drake University. With 11 games left on their schedule, the Ramblers hope for an NCAA tournament bid lies through the MVC tournament. The team's next game is January 27th against Missouri State Bears at Gentle Arena.
The men's volleyball team has been ranked in the American Volleyball Coaches Association poll for 63 consecutive weeks. The Ramblers sit at number 10 this week and are 2-3 against top 15 teams this season. The team is 4-3 overall and showing signs of a team in rebuild. With only 2 seniors on the team, there is a lot of inexperience on the roster, and many of the players are getting their first exposure to the top competition in the country. However, the number 10 ranking shows that the team is still talented and may have enough to win the program's 4th conference championship in 5 years.
NBA rumors are at the forefront as trade deadlines emerge. Should the Chicago Bulls trade their franchise player, Jimmy Butler?
That's today's Ramble topic. Let's head over to Henry Redmond and his Ramble analyst to discuss whether the All-Star guard is worth more on or off the team.
Welcome to this week's Ramble. I'm Henry Redmond, filling in for Dylan Conover. And this week we're discussing Jimmy Butler's future with the Bulls as the NBA trade deadline approaches. We'll start with you, Emily. What do you think the Bulls should do with Jimmy Butler?
I think that the Bulls should not trade Jimmy Butler. He is the one man that the Bulls need to focus on, rebuilding their team.
And Alfredo, what do you think?
I think the Bulls should trade Jimmy Butler and start a whole new sporting project to dream with something higher than what they've been achieving.
What do you think the Bulls should get for Jimmy Butler?
What they should get, definitely a very high draft NBA pick. They should, and with that, I think they can really start probably like moving on from the 8th place in conference and probably dream with getting 4th place. They have a really good team.
Well, Jimmy Butler is their best player. He's about to start in the All-Star game. How do you trade your best player?
He doesn't have the best relationship with head coach Fred Hoiberg, and what makes him so great if the Bulls are the 19th team in the NBA with the offensive efficiency.
Emily, why do you think they should keep him?
I think right now, Jimmy Butler and Dwayne Wade, they're working, and right now they're the leaders of their team, and they are the ones that want to work hard, and they want to push other people. But if people like Rajon Rondo aren't going to be a team player, that they can't do that. So I think they should trade Rondo, and they should trade for like a shooter like Brandon Knight, and then also trade a few other guys.
The problem is that there's not going to be a market for Rondo, who is notoriously bad in the locker room. Jimmy Butler is their best asset. If they're going to rebuild, don't you think it has to go through Butler?
I don't think so. They also have Taj Gibson that they can trade. They'll get a lot for him. And right now they need to start playing the younger people on the bench so they get more comfortable playing on the court with Butler and Wade. And from then on, you'll build a chemistry. Also, with their head coach, they don't have the best relationship, Butler and Wade, and I think that maybe they're looking for a new coach for the next season.
I mean, they did just hire Hoiberg.
But
I mean, you got to give him time to put in his own system.
Well, I think then maybe if you get new people on the team and have Butler and Wade leading them, then you'll maybe get a better relationship with the players and the coaches.
Okay, Alfredo, closing statement.
The Bulls experiment hasn't worked after cleaning up their Rose, like making the clean they made this summer, and having Jimmy Butler as their franchise player. Last year they were 19th best offense efficiency. Last year they were 26th. This year they're 19th. They haven't really improved that much, and I think he doesn't really fit with Hoiberg's game plan.
Butler's going to keep the diehard Chicago fans, and he's the one that's going to be the one to lead Chicago.
I think that the Bulls need to get rid of Jimmy Butler. I'm going to go with Alfredo winning this one. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Henry.
Yeah, Zane, I'm going to have to agree with Henry's judgment on this one. I think if the Bulls want to get better for the long term, they're going to have to trade Butler. It stinks, but I think it's what they need to do.
For full episodes and the chance to get in on the conversation, follow and like our social media handles for an up-to-date look at all things Rambler Sports.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Dylan Conover.
And I'm Zaina Kahuk. Tune in next week for the latest on Loyola Sports and more.
And as always, don't forget to turn out the lights.